trending nonsense, and it's all put on stage by Phillip Dikotla, who is an actor, and you can catch it at the Soweto Theatre. Phillip, hello.
I'm good, and you?
Phillip!
Hello! Hello! Even to the brother who's not speaking.
So, tell me a little bit about, your foray into this kind of one-man show. Just ire o kalile jwang.
Okay, it was just a change of course because I've been doing stand-up comedy for some time, and to a certain extent, there's venues that I don't really like performing at.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and for me, it was just a thing of there's something that I want to do that doesn't really happen in stand-up comedy venues.
Yes.
And it's more the conceptual, performance-based type of comedy experience that you want to give to people. So I was like, you know what, let me take some time off and do what we normally call in comedy stage time, just to try out the new thing and build up the new thing and see where it can go. And basically, stand-up stage time has just become a series of one-man stand-up comedy explorations.
So hang on, is this a stand-up comedy?
It is stand-up comedy of some form.
Of some form?
Yes.
All right.
Stand-up comedy. Sound words, yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
All right, so we don't have to get bogged down by titles. I think it's about the entertainment.
Yes.
And so you talk a little bit about your everyday personal life as well, I believe.
Yeah, I talk from family, from growing up, from my uncle.
Tell me about your uncle. That sounds interesting.
Well, my uncle is one of those strange people, like any other uncle, is one of those old people, and you know that some people are old because they still use words like "muskon" and "jofokon."
Hey! You can't say that on the radio.
Well, my uncle says that. He said I must tell you about my uncle.
Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, so I'm taking the words directly from my uncle. Just to let me apologize, but that's my uncle. He makes you do that. He makes you feel like that. He makes you react like that. I'm not sure. Is that a swear word?
The haunt part is not, and the the first word you said, the whole thing is a swear word.
Oh, because he makes it sound so nice.
Moerskont. Yeah. Swear word.
He makes it sound so nice. Like my whole life, I've accepted it. Like I've made it a part of me. It's an extension of me.
That is so crazy. Current affairs wise, we're leading up to the elections. What are your thoughts there?
As much as I'm very shy to talk about politics, I do have a small one to give in, because I feel like politics are weird, man, because we how long has this thing been happening, and we get caught in the same boomerang type of reaction, it's always praised as a new thing, and then it goes elections, something. Whoever who comes up, these people, in my opinion, don't really care about me and you, man. It's like, it's business. They're going to work, man.
Oh.
You arrive at work and then your boss tells you, hey, man, guys, I love you so much. Let's work together.
Whose boss has ever said, I love you so much?
Well, they're boss people. When times are tough at work and the boss needs results, the boss does whatever he has to do to make people feel at home, feel empowered, and feel like, this company will never work without you.
Wow, that's...
And then when the results are met,
amazing.
It's a different conversation altogether. So I feel like, look, I respect politicians for what they do. It's their gig. They enjoy it. They do nice things here and there. And there's some few people who get to benefit in that process. But in the bigger picture, it's just politics, man. It will never change.
So what do you think the role actually is of the artist, the stand-up comedian, a person like you, in how... people get information and how people look at the world. You know what I mean?
I mean, it plays different roles from one bracket to the other. Like yesterday, we were just talking about. There's a lot of things we're talking about, but I find that there's always a popular opinion,
Yes.
or the right opinion, the right thing to say, and in most of those conversations we end up disregarding the lesser conversation. When someone says the opposite of it, they sound stupid or they disregard. Man, hey, you must be in the foray, you must be in the cycle of the conversation, And I don't like being in the cycle of the conversation. I like asking questions, Not to be right. Sometimes I do like being wrong, because I think that's the only way I get to learn about certain things.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I veer off most of the time. I find myself very much in trouble. I've always been that kid, even growing up, and my mother knew that, because I was.
What kind of trouble did you get into? This sounds interesting.
Well, I got into a lot of trouble growing up. I still get into trouble even now. But some I wouldn't even call trouble. It's just not knowing. Because I'm one of those kids who grew up in poverty.
Okay.
And when we grew up in poverty, it's like first of all, you do know that you grew up in poverty. When for the first time you ate cheese, you held it in your hand and looked at it, and you're not sure if you're supposed to eat that red thing around the cheese or not. So that's when you know that this thing is getting out of hand. But then at some point, I found myself going to school. Like when you grew up in the type of poverty I grew up in, meat was an occasional thing. Meat is that thing that you eat once in a while.
Sure.
That vegetable, but you don't even know. Basically, you're a vegetarian, but you're not sure. No one told you.
Forced vegetarian.
It's not official. Mm-hmm. But then, for the first time when I went to school, and they asked me to draw a chicken. Now, all I've known from a chicken has always been Montwana, Trowana. And I just drew what I knew. Drew Montwana, Trowana, Melalana. And my teacher came to me pissed off, I would say, very angry, Like, Philip, where is the body of the chicken? I'm like, oh. The chicken has a body. I've never seen a body of a chicken in my life, But those are small things, small experiences that one tries. For me personally, I always try to find humor from. I always try to share my stories. I talk about almost anything.
Oh, I love it. I think it's very, very funny. Listen, do you have an opinion, pop culture wise, what's been happening with Mampinja?
Whew. I've recently been unready to talk about that, purely because
You've recently been
unready.
Unready.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Let me just Google the It means.
No, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I create words every day.
Oh,
it's part of how I speak.
It's the opposite of ready.
But you get what I'm saying.
I do.
Thank you. So I've been unready to speak about the topic, purely because I think it's one of those topics that's a bit personal in my space.
Why?
No, because I think I wouldn't make what do they call I'm not in a space to make a judgment yet, because I had a very opposite of that experience in the past few years, last year to be specific, and I was like, what, maybe I'm not ready to engage with the topic.
I don't understand what you're saying.
What I'm saying is I've been in a situation where my ex-partner would do the opposite of what happened.
Okay.
But basically what happened to Mampinja,
Yes.
what he said happened to him, And for me, I'm still a victim of that. I don't like to talk about it as a victim or anything of that nature, But it was an experience that put you in an awkward position, because the conversation elsewhere is different, And you find yourself on a...
So basically you're saying that you were physically attacked by your ex, right?
Yes.
This is what you're saying.
Yes.
And so coming from that point of view is very different as a man. Yeah,
but also I don't want to defend anyone. I don't want to. I mean, for me, it became the thing of abuse against anyone. It's wrong.
Absolutely.
It's something that shouldn't happen. But also, in some instances, some people have to. She had to put the video there for some people to believe her. For some people to understand the situation that she's in. So it's also personal. It has a personal touch for me. So until I'm able to distance and make a neutral observation and make an honest mutual observation and judgment of the situation, then that kind of like makes sense. This just veered off very quickly, but yeah.
Yeah, this went high, low, deep, in, out. It was all over the place.
Yeah.
But Philip, tell me about when stage time is on at the Soweto Theatre.
So stage time is happening in April, on the 26th of April, 8 o'clock at the Soweto Theatre, the Blue Theatre, and I'll be talking. There's going to be a couple of opening acts which are going to be great. We're bringing the sketching business, which is what we do, which is what we just did recently at the International Comedy Festival. It's gonna be something different.
Yeah. Something different.
Yeah.
Indeed. Phillip Dikotla here. I think I just called you Philip.
Well,
Did I?
Philippine, Philly what jokes, whatever they call me, like.
Philippine.
As long as you remember me, that's fine. As long as you remember to buy the ticket, that's okay.
Phillip Dikotla in studio talking about stage time taking place on the 26th of April, 8 p.m. at the Soweto Theatre. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. Please have a good. Is it? How long are you here for?
The rest of my life.
The rest of the day, the rest of your life.
Forever.
I didn't want to take it that far.
Bye bye, Philip.
Thank you very much. That's great.